Good morning, Wormians, or evening or afternoon, wherever you are. Good morning, Wormians. Okay, I'm just going to quickly mute my feed of Twitch. No one wants to listen to me twice. Welcome to the stream again. We are at under development. I think it's just me here today at the moment. Main reason is a couple of the other devs are a little bit busy with other things, and I think Saruman's off drinking beer again. So it's going to be me pottering around on the deed here, chatting about things. We've got a few things to cover this week. We've got the talk a little bit about Air or share her stories. We'd also like to talk about the merchandise stuff that came out this week, which is a lot of fun. I spent a good while looking at that. And so, yeah. Why am I moving so slowly? Oh, that's right, yes. Okay. I've just gotten Nightbot for this because all the cool kids have it. He may be a little bit sensitive. Yes, we do have the Wurm Online soundtrack by Tom E. Morrison playing. I use the Spotify playlist of it. It's just absolutely amazing. I think it's a open playlist. Let me see if I can find the link. Share. Copy playlist link. Bang. So that's all three. I have been really getting into like ambient music as that. Yeah, very nice and chill. Now, I've walked around without actually achieving anything. I believe there were grindstones nearby, but doesn't look to be. So, and naturally, I also am lacking a chisel because I left it. We're off to a great start here, people. Make a giant building shaped like a PP. That sounds horrible. But you know what? What is awesome? Where's my... Jeez, I am not having any luck today. So, Wolfcam, welcome to the stream. We're just settling in for another... There we go, now we can move fast. I'll have to come see it soon, Griffo. Planning this year. As you can see, my Wurm Online mug. You can now get your own. The reason Nightbot is here because we have added a couple of handy links. Let's see if... Oh wait, Buddha didn't give me permission. We've also got to tie these other two walls. So we'll see if what on earth am I doing? I think my sim just had his action deleted. Does that include the older ones too? It only includes the Tommy Morrison links. The 21st Century Blues ones aren't included on it. I don't think they're on Spotify. I think I was just showing off what I did to Buddha's house. Yeah, it's all different colours. You may have caught it on YouTube. Not YouTube, Facebook from Emu's stream. Emu was kind enough to be the guest star for a Son of a Troll post. Now, I'm making a full house pizza. I'm not going for any specific thing. But let's go 5 bacons. We'll just use... Who voiced the emotes in Wurm? Feyran does the male emotes. I don't know if who the female ones are done by. But yeah, Feyran, one of the factional fight brothers. Great guy. Both great guys. Yeah. So if you ever see him in game, just make sure you send him the hello, how are you? Just for that added fun. Emu does the female voice, that makes sense. How much stuff did I spawn in? Absolutely nothing. All of this is done with either ourselves doing the work, or we've bought a few materials here and there, like when I was making... Like, I spent a good while off-stream fixing the mine, which was... It wasn't horrible unless you went down the mine shaft. It was basically a typical Wurmian's nightmare in the fact that it was like some slopes were 25, some slopes were 20, and we had to go through and basically use a lot of concrete. G'day, Claire. Thanks for catching up, checking in, all of those words. Checking in. I used my own personal silver because, you know, the Wurmian way would be actually, you know, grinding it myself, and I was like, yeah, I'm not about that life here. I've got a limited amount of time that I spend here. I mean, I've been spending more time here than back at my other deed recently. Mostly because there's, like, lots to do off-stream here. Like, nobody wants to watch me, you know, chip bricks or level ceilings, so I do that on the quiet days. But as Rowdy might be pleased to hear, we are looking at a proper time frame for chill streams. We're thinking around midnight UTC on Tuesdays, and maybe Thursdays, depending on my timing. So yeah, we're actually planning a few where it's just nice and chill. If I'm grinding anything, I'll literally just turn it on and grind away. Because I think that'd be interesting to just like tune out and listen to, you know? 24/7. I need sleep. From what I've been reading about Twitch is they require it to be an interactive stream, which means you have to be actively playing it. You can't just be playing a video. YouTube does, but again, it's one of those things where you need to, like that's it. Just sitting around in the water might not be enough. So we could have the water and the music playing. I'm not even answering that, Clara. I don't... This is not a topic for the stream, but no. So what I was thinking of doing is filming... Oh yes, Willow. I still have, you know, your staff with my name written on over the top. But yeah, I was thinking basically streaming 2-hour blocks, and as time goes on, build a 24-hour video of like flipping between them, or just a playlist of chill streams. Sort of looking at it, and it's like I had a lot of fun doing it, and I want to keep doing it because I think every grinder in Wurm knows when you are truly properly grinding, you really do tune out. Green beard time. No, we've decided that that's going to be at 50 subs if we ever get there. I feel that's a high enough number to like just make it maybe not possible. So I'll get away with not having to do it. But, you know, if it happens at that point. Yes, at 50 subs I'll be... yeah, I'll be dyeing my beard green for a stream, apparently. And it's going to be a horrible one. I'm going to have green all... yes, Rowdy. We're looking at the question mark bag, Rolf face for the tier 1s. I don't know about tier 2, but tier 3 will be golden Rolf. Which was Buddha's suggestion, and I think that one's kind of cool. But yeah, we're definitely looking at it. Some of them are really cool, but unfortunately other streamers have them already. Overrider, one of our Ven members, has a Notch pickaxe. Overrider has an amazing troll face. And it's like, you look at it and you're like, oh, that's really cool. We could have Namecat draw Gary and his glorious beard, couldn't we? Well, not draw, do a watercolor of. So, you all caught me in the middle of, oh no, I actually am going to need because I need to make dough. Oh, this is going to be one of those boring things where I'm going to spend forever doing it, unless I left a grindstone around. But yeah, we're definitely looking at doing more on this stream and on YouTube as well. If you type in !YouTube, there's a link to our YouTube channel, which will also... Not just rock shards. I've been busy. I don't think there's anything we need heaps of help on at the moment. At the moment, we're just still setting things up. My plan was to work on the kitchen today and get that built. I don't know if I have the bricks yet, though. We've got 200 bricks, which is about 14 walls, which should be enough. And a bunch of clay, mortar. I think, yeah. So we should have enough to build that today. And that's our goal. Just a nice little open kitchen. It's probably going to be... I was thinking just open doors. Maybe, like... I obviously, this isn't going to be here all that long, you know? So I was thinking maybe just a 2x3. But the fountain is in it, so maybe it should be outside. I appreciate the offer though, Snoo. If we do need help with anything, like, fighting Buddha and evicting him from the area, then definitely. Right, okay, so first things first, we need a chisel. To make a chisel, we need a handle. No one makes bricks. Bricks are boring to make. I have made every brick I've used on this deed, and it's so boring. Every deed needs a lava pit. That's what mine are missing. Damn it. I'm doing really horrible at this, remembering what my deeds need. Yeah, that group project is just a little bit to the north of us, so if you wind up near us looking to help, you'll probably get kidnapped and dragged back up there. So let's find out, because I know there were 3 grindstones around, and I'm not sure if I accidentally took them back to pristine or not. That's the worst thing about having multiple deeds. You take back, or you make the trip out here and you're like, I don't have a stone chisel. So, you're getting the true Wurm experiences of A, getting distracted, B, forgetting what you're doing, C, realizing you don't have the required materials ready for it yet. We're working on an relatable. You know what? We're having a gold. I don't have any kindling. God damn it. But we are having a gold. You know what? This is just gonna heat up in the oven. Sure, it heats up slower, but that's all down there. We're gonna have a gold stone chisel. Yeah, we haven't added squirrels to Wurm because that would just be far too distracting. Oh, I haven't seen Up. Seals are the best, and they sound so accurate it's like you're almost there with them in life, real life. You heard card games? Well, they don't make sounds. Those bridges were insane. Alright. Okay, so we're just going to quickly... I want to quickly grab something to talk about. As many of you know, an old member of the GM team and a really old Blacklight player, Air, passed away. I've just put a link to it in chat. And I want to say it's been really great seeing all the people talking about the first time they met her and sharing their stories. We even had Rolf come in and post, you know, which was awesome. And there's been so many good stories and so many people reaching out, you know, people who haven't played the game for a long time, coming back and just sharing their stories. Yeah, we haven't quite worked out a memorial yet, but we most likely will be. Definitely something we want to do. You know, she was a good part of the Blacklight community back on the days when it was still wild, and we'd like to honour that. Yeah, there's a few ideas out there, Nozumi. Okay. Yeah, Libela is now known as Qualia. Just, retroactively rename her. But as you can see, Emu was the last one to touch this pizza and it's now taken 50 damage. Therefore, it's very clear that Emu is diseased. We also need to make passata for this, so while that's heating up, let's make passata. The pizza does not need to be touched. Do we have any garlic? Oh no, we lack garlic. Where's the garlic? What have you lot done with my garlic? Has it been planted? There was so much garlic here before. I've been garlic napped. Garlic growing. We're gonna have to just look away, farmers. Why don't I have my rake with me anymore? We're just gonna You managed to get a yield of no garlic. Wow, that was bad. I should have realized the first action. Let's see if I can... No. I can't believe this. I can't believe I've done this. Is garlic a spice? Oh, it's the original Snoo. Not Snoo 2. Oh, I know it's botanized. I just don't know whether I can nail it down by doing herb or that. Because I'd done a lot of foraging for herbs and hadn't found anything. Search. I already searched for herbs. I'm not trusting you. You're just here to waste my time. So, yeah, I know there is a fundraiser for the funeral of Air. Unfortunately, without life insurance, the costs are expensive. If you are interested in donating towards that, you can contact Krager on the forums, and he will provide you with the link. We don't currently have it on the forums because it's very hard to vet, you know, legitimate fundraisers, and it's more in the interest of treating everyone equally, rather than, but they were allowed one, they weren't. Yeah, it's really nice seeing everyone come back and talk about their times with Air and some of the stories. Like, I always knew when I started playing, I think I spoke to her once. When I started playing, she had like this attitude, like not this attitude, this hidden being known of, yes, you do so much. Known as sort of like, you know, a very feisty and yet open and friendly figure. So I think it was really, really cool seeing everyone and talk about that. Well, we even have fennel. I can use that. Welcome to a stream of Arcade just grinding, botanizing apparently. Which, you know, 85.4. It's not too bad. I kind of need a couple, so if you want to mail me like 10, yeah, sure. I won't say no to that, because quite simply, it's a lot more interesting than watching me forage and get like a whole pile of crap. Like, this is all really useful crap, but it's still crap. I also realized that it's after cherry season. Oh, okay, thanks. I won't take that as an insult or anything. One thing I was curious about, and this is something that is also in the Nightbot, is the merch campaign. So currently, like, we launched that this week, earlier on this week. Currently there is the Wurm Online logo and the map dumps for posters. I have the Independence map dump right here, and that will be going as a poster on my wall. And as you can see, the where is it? I don't want to bend it, but the K is really easy to read, so you can all stop complaining about the K. Oh hey. But yeah, the elevation map is a little bit blurry right now. I did think about putting up the Fog of War one. Yeah, the alphabet is first H and second H. So how long will it take for me to get that garlic? Because, oh, this seal's starving. Why is it starving? Poor thing. That's interesting, Rowdy. Poke me after the stream and let me know, because I just set up this because honestly I've seen a lot of other streamers using Nightbot. And I wanted something that had similar capabilities, so I'm happy to adjust it if necessary. It really is a nice poster. It's a nice quality. I'm also wearing a shirt that I got from Redbubble. It's not a Worm shirt, but it's a Final Fantasy VII shirt. They're quite good quality shirts. The image on this is a little bit busted because, you know, I have no respect for clothing and, well, kind of just put it through the dryer instead of like actually letting it hang dry, which I should do. Why can't this go in? Oh, right, because it doesn't count as all selected. There we go, we got some woad and some acorn. So, this should be glowing by now. No, it's hot. Oh, because we didn't fuel it. Like I've said, I'm bad at this game, okay? Here we go. Yeah, their quality is great, and I've bought lots of stuff from Redbubble, so when we were looking around at things to, places to have our merchandise, we settled on Redbubble because they've got good quality, really easy to set up, like, was quite simple for me. And then, they're also really, really affordable. Like, there were a couple we were looking at that was, like, working out to about $40 AU for a, single poster. That's with shipping, so it'd be like, you know, $30 US. Unfortunately, Redbubble don't do thongs, but we do have shower curtains now, so I think that beats it. I think people would rather a shower curtain than a thong. Though I guess most people would prefer neither. Just sending that back to myself. Alright. Oh, low quality stuff. You had me so expecting like 10 quality. Yeah, I can only currently talk about their t-shirt quality and their quality of mugs and posters. I can't vouch for other quality stuff. So, and I believe they do use different shipping companies, different printing companies depending on where you are, which is part of why it's so cheap, so much cheaper. But you know what? I think it's definitely worth checking out. If you are interested in picking up some merch, definitely do it. Redbubble have also a huge amount of sales. They like having sales, so make sure to take advantage of those. Just having a quick look. When was their last sale? When you register, you get a 20% off discount. And then the last time they had a 40% off floor pillows earlier on this week, and store-wide 20% off like last weekend. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. They got a lot of cool deals. But I also want to know what you would like to see in there. Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that, Silver Wolf, but tell us more about it. A memorial you're planning for your mother. That's really sweet. What am I doing? I just got distracted by all that. Okay, so we're gonna make lots of passata because I'm making a very heavy pizza. I actually found a memorial somewhere earlier. The old BL model is a plushie. Well, that does sound like a lot of fun. The biggest problem with custom stuff like that is it's a lot more work to locate people for it. That's really, really sweet. Silverwolf, I wish you the best of luck with that. Make sure to put a sign up informing people what it's for. I've seen a few where it's like, you know, there was one that was really, this is going to sound like really sappy, but I found a sign, and it was just a random sign on Xanadu, and it was like, such and such, I have moved. If you please contact me to come follow me. And I just thought that was so cool. That person was leaving the area, and they were concerned about their friend coming back and not being able to find them. And so I repaired that and imped it a little bit. Just because I thought, you know what, I want this to stay. And I think it's cool coming across little things like that. And I think anyone coming across a little memorial like that with a sign explaining about it would absolutely find it adorable. And really sweet. To your mother. And dear. Oh, I have one mail wait. Oh wait, I just emailed something to myself. That's a bit silly of me. Okay, so we've got glowing lumps of gold. And... that's a small anvil. Yeah, here we go. No, it's a small padlock. Tool parts. Chisel blade. Links aren't allowed here, and I'm pretty glad they are. Because not sure I trust you wanting a pillow with it. You know, anything you want a pillow of is not a good thing. An emu pillow. Okay, post the link in a PM to me and I'll get it on, I'll put it in the chat if I deem it to be acceptable. Construction material, handle. I don't know if that's acceptable or not, but I'm gonna post it. Other people need to cringe too. And we now have a 2 quality chisel. So let's create tools, grindstone. No, your name is also Griffo is your daddy. So it's a bit hard to forget. No, you didn't. I made that myself with my own blood, sweat, and tears. Seriously, you don't want to eat any of the cheese that comes out of that. This is impossible. Perhaps you are not skilled enough. Oh, right. That's awkward. Okay, that stays there for now. It's alright though. I've got all the salt I need, I think. Passata. Yes, I have a passata. Have you tried adding a dough? Really, dough? What kind of pizza are we gonna have? We're gonna have a... let's go just a wheat. We're gonna go a regular wheat. And we're gonna make... Alright, we have a wheat flour. Where are the sausages on that pizza? I'm not doing any sausages on that pizza because that's like effort. Yeah, it's a vegan pizza with all the mince and bacon. Oh, I'm sure they do. But I just don't have the bladder, the mincemeat, the breadcrumbs. I'm just winging this. I'm going rogue. So unprepared. Well, I will admit my intention initially was to make the pizza before the stream. Like I was just, oh yeah, I'll jump in and I need food, I'll make a pizza. And then, you know, everything takes longer and longer. Law. Too much passata. Okay, what I'm hearing is not enough other stuff. Okay, so we're just going to put some dog meat on this. That's not weird at all. There's a fair amount on this. Like, we're looking at a pretty heavy pizza. Yeah, oh yeah, I have cheese. I made several cheeses before. Alright. 425, and what have we got? 480. So we need to find... let's go some lamb. And some pork. So this is going to be like a barbecue meat lovers pizza without the barbecue sauce. So what's everyone else been up to this week? I've been talking about what I've been doing and what I've got planned and what I'm doing right now. G'day Casby for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, what have you all been up to? I know Griffo built his bridge. There's a lot going on in Wurm, and Plum Sauce is skilling up a blacklight deed on elevation. Good work. I disbanded my Serenity deed for going on to whatchamacallit, that other place, Elevation, and haven't had lots of time to be on there yet. There we go, we're gonna get a full house pizza. I don't need to borrow that, but, you know, I'll just take it for free. Silverwolf is grinding gardening and forestry. Jiku is forever terraforming, I do know that feeling. Velvet did some archaeology. Am I guessing some as like, you know, I went through 50 sleep powder and gained 0.3 skill? Sleepies is making towers in chaos and imping them. I know you're making towers. I think I bought all your rare bricks. Gardening and forestry is also really... I really love grinding forestry. A lot of my skills, like if we look at my skills... The high ones I've got are ones that require basically keeping moving, like fighting stuff. I keep dying though. Butchering, shield. But see, carpentry's not that high on anything, but woodcutting's at 93. And what else have I got? Let's just go down. Yeah, butchery at 61. Yeah, farming at 92, forestry at 92, botanizing at 85. I like skills that you can keep walking and moving rather than being stuck in one area. Natural substances, apparently I like just right-clicking a lot. But yeah, apart from that, most of my skills are pretty trash. I've got 70 archery, which isn't too bad. 91 staff. 70 coal making, that was a lot of fun. I did a lot of wood cutting. I was like, what do I do with the logs? So I just did... archaeology's at 88. That's probably going to be my next one that I push to 90. Restoration's at 55. Currently, I'm doing archaeology on arcade, while Joelle is doing restoration. Probably swap when when she gets to 90 and I get to 90, and she'll do the archaeology and I'll do the restoration. Because both of those together are a lot of fun. I think Velvet Sun can agree. They are definitely fun skills. And we have a pizza. What's it going to give us? Gardening. Ooh. Look at that. Best pizza ever. This is that pizza. It is hot. I actually recently started collecting the fragments that I did when I was just doing general restoration. Archaeology, and started actually... I'm just going to plant these garlics to make up for the 2 I harvested, and started actually restoring them. It's a little scary how many statue fragments I was leaving behind. On average, I was about 10% with statue fragments. I was like, ooh, okay. So I'm thinking a nice open kitchen here. that is probably going to make no sense. Oh, wait, yeah, you plan... Oh, you can't plan house with a trowel? I thought you could. Alright, so this is going to be a nice open one of archers, I think. Move, place. I also finished building my underground cave, my new house in the cave. I'll just grab a shot of it and put it here. That was one that was a lot of fun to do. I don't know, I've been like more productive in the past week than I have ever been in Wurm, and it's a little bit like odd, you know. Does anyone ever have those moments where they do so much and they sort of sit there and go, oh wow, I actually did things. Cool. Or is it just me? Stop shooting hens, that's rude. They didn't do anything to you. This is why video games make people violent. Oh, I can assure you, Raven Scab, I am not highly organized. You've been ping-ponging around. Well, that's why everything's going wrong. You know, you two keep blaming each other when in fact it's you two copying each other. You're the better Rabid Scab and he's the better ping pong. Just leave it at that, you know? It's relative, yeah. I suppose compared to that I can definitely be I can definitely accept that I keep saying definitely. Wait, why am I doing sandstone? Too much building my other thing. We're gonna go stone. Ooh. No, we don't have fence bars, so we're going regular archers. Oh, it is definitely his fault. It's his fault that you are ping-ponging. That's what I'm hearing. You drop a lump. Yeah, that is but you know, I always remember the moments where there'd be absolute silence in GL chat or even K chat on Independence. Then someone would post something like that. Then basically everyone just went to the point where they were looking for the most innuendo-filled examined text that they could put in. And it just got worse and worse until you're sitting there going, I need an adult. No, you can't do it with renamed groups. Oh, you can. And g'day, Real Windows Key. As you can see, I've won a reality TV show. I am the Apprentice winner. My idea of deflatable ping pong balls got me the grand prize. Don't need to know what you're doing while you're watching me on stream, Clara. You keep that to yourself, okay? Yeah, it's definitely fun. I like the little self-aware ones, like, you know, if you type add friend your name, and you get that we will always be friends, you know too much. And when you try to load a vehicle in itself, and it's like, you are unable to bend reality this way. And I think there's one when you accidentally somehow right-click yourself, and it's like, right-clicking yourself, now that's a trick. There's some really funny ones, and I remember getting one. I don't remember where I got it from. I think I posted it somewhere. It might have been too long ago for me to actually remember well. But it was like, actually, this shouldn't be possible at all. This tail swings no more. You do not miss the old yellow examination, yellow potion exam. That is not something people miss. The puppets with courier cast on them are creepy. I will never not think they're creepy. No item ID found it. Oh, look at that one. That one wins. What I like is some of them are... Some of them just like basically explain what the item is, and you're like, I know what this is. No, old children models were... You keep bringing those up. I think you're a little bit obsessed with those, Clar. Ah, oh, damn. Does anyone try to race like the last moment of getting items out of the bulk bin to try and maximize their carry and build potential? No, just me? Okay. The old wording was interesting. When I started, unfinished items weren't a thing anymore, but they were still around. So, you know, you'd raid a deed that had fallen, and I remember having a whole pile of like unfinished spindles, and I'm like, this is dumb. What's this for? So I sacked them all. And then I was told someone might actually be willing to buy those, and I was like, oh, awkward. No, I have found a few and sold them though. For some reason, people are actually interested in buying them. I had a Supreme 50 kilo large anvil too. I bought a place called Angel Coast, which was in North Independence. Main reason I bought it was because it was my neighbor and he was leaving, and I was like, I don't want anyone else to have this. So I bought it, mostly to guarantee myself some space. But yeah, it came with all the stuff on his deeds. I did actually find a legacy butchering knife on in a death pile on Chaos the first time I went to Comora. That was quite interesting. Did you found that Supreme knife you were after, didn't you, Rogs? Oh, nice, Nazumi. It's always fun seeing what you can find around, isn't it? Like, I do understand the draw of scavenging. Jeez, ouch. I think they're still quite expensive nowadays. Like, you wouldn't get much change from 30 silver at least. But 97.5 quality, that's good. I'm of the kind that I buy myself something. Butchering knives? No. No, they're way more. Wow, nice, Nozumi. Did you make that yourself or did you get lucky? Ah, cool. Yeah, I think everyone has their own special butchering knife. They're one of those things that you sort of always take hunting with you, aren't they? We're gonna need some more bricks. Why do you do that, Griffer? Nice, that's pretty good. One treasure. Oh, would that wouldn't have been the common reward though, would it? I don't know of any of the hatchets though. I wasn't even aware that there were. West Coast Xanadu. I think I recall that. And he was like, yeah, because he was planning hunts that weren't server-wide, but located around. Right, yes, yes. Yeah, we actually have been talking about, you know, things we can do like that again. Like, obviously we can't give out unique metal versions of things anymore because, you know, you can just go make them all yourself. It's like, oh yeah, here's a mallet made of oak. So what? So what we have been looking at for events is things like adjusting size or swapping, things. They are very staff work intensive. Like, I am one of the few that have good enough control of the mission ruler to do it, and that's not bragging or anything. It's the thing is confusing as all things in Wurm often are. Yeah, quiver of adamantine arrows. That sounds good. Okay. Marble sword. Yeah, well, that's what we're thinking, you know, unique materials. Lead hood, yeah. You get the leaden cloth set. The cool thing is about those things, what I found out was, as long as they're items that have a texture, like, a shader for a material type, if you make it a metal color, they'll still have that shader. One funny thing, before the metal shaders came out, when we introduced the wooden ones, technically the metal shader colors existed, it just hadn't been applied to metal items. If you had a wooden item made of a metal material, it would have that. And from one of Spellcast's events, there was a steel small chest, and that had the steel color on it. And I was like, oh wow, that's cool. So yeah, if we did that, they would still have a unique color. They wouldn't just look like the default textures. Slate armor set. That sounds heavy. That really does just sound heavy. My my alt on Pristine, his armor set consists of nothing but pieces made from archaeology. So he looks like an absolute clown right now. Something this game needs is challenge for extreme hunters. After Valray mobs moving back to Valray, seems hunting's been boring. Yeah, we're aware of that. That's all I can say right now. We're aware of that. So, yeah. That actually was one thing that had been discussed, Rift Scouts. I don't know if that's going to come in, but yeah. What's the next question? Let's move along because I'm enjoying not sharing anything. What am I out of now? I'm out of more bricks. When will Wurm get ray tracing? Sometime before Christmas, 2006. Alright. This is actually going so much faster. I'm so glad. Okay, there's a few things in Wurm that are worth it. And this is some advice from Retro, right? From my desk to yours. Things to invest in. Rare or better horseshoes. Always. And a saddle. Travel is fun, but traveling slow is not. What else? Rare or better butchering knife. Extra meat is always good. Rare or better trowel. Building is slow when you're doing 20 things at a time. The faster you can make it, the best. Better. Plum Sauce. Is Epic going to continue being actively worked on? I think the players are negative because at the moment, a lot of it is words. Epic has a history of a revamp and then not much. Wow, Rowdy, 78 viewers. Thank you very much for that. But we are continuing to work on it. We've discussed things that we might like to see. Like, the big thing is coming first is Project Frontier. And once Project Frontier goes live, there'll be a small period of, putting out the fires and the bugs and all that. But then beyond that, that's when we'll be looking at Epic. And the Epic work will be on a scale similar to Project Frontier. So, our two big projects planned for the rest of this year are Project Frontier and bring Epic back to closer to its roots while keep what's going. Am I allowed to comment soon on Frontier yet? Unfortunately not. I'm really excited too. There's a lot of things going on that I'd like to be like, we did this and it's awesome. We've been working with a few third parties for stuff, like outsourcing a bit of the content just to make sure it's faster. We've been working on getting ad campaigns set up for it. It's big. It's very big. Desertion is empty. Desertion, currently they're disconnected, so there's actually no raiding on home servers currently possible. So they are essentially, for all intent and purpose at this point in time, a PvE, like very light PvE or PvP server. The only thing that can happen is same kingdom raids and wars. But I will say, if you are interested in checking out Epic and you don't want like the threat of PvP all the time, definitely worth checking out. I believe Epic is a lot of fun. Yeah, exactly. Start a PvP. Epic's a lot of fun, and the faster skill gain, the faster action timers, like, it's a lot of fun to actually do. You start off with nothing, but you can have everything ready much quicker. So we've got a very... this is... There we go. Rabid Scab's offering a personal tour of Desertion, which would be a lot of fun. Hopefully he offers horses with it. Any tour needs to be done on horseback. Yeah, we'll mug you before we murder you. Griffo is also offering personal tours of Celebration. I mean, maybe someone would want to? I kid. I've lived on Celebration for a while. It's just it had the unfortunate thing of being at the very bottom before porting was a thing, like border course plotting. Ah, you're gonna take him to chaos. All right, I see how it is now. Okay, so we got the kitchen done. Look at that. Do we even need a roof? We need a roof, don't we? There we go, and it's even named kitchen. No, it's named blank. Well, that's... apply changes, and we're gonna allow them in, because as funny as it would be denying them. Some words about Exodus. I actually really like Exodus. I've travelled on Exodus a few times, and the people can actually be quite friendly. I may have been told to leave the server a few times, but I assume that's because, you know, my bad jokes weren't appreciated. But kidding aside, Exodus is great. I love all servers. They all have their own different vibe and culture. That's it, Plum Sauce. A lot of it is self-policed. And as you can see, we've got Titch here. The gone but not forgotten. She's doing fishing. I really am a fan of that model. That statue is awesome. I'm not sure if we ever told you the story of that statue. Because of the nature of the cancer, she knew that it was, you know, only a matter of time. You know, it was advanced. It was in the esophagus. So she actually sat down with Saruman and worked on it with him. Unfortunately, she did pass before she got to see the final result, but I think it was exactly what she wanted, you know? And it's even her in her Drake set. Like, you can see that it's... Yeah. It's a very, very fitting one, and I like that, you know, she got to actually have a say in it too. It is. Saruman did very well with it. She absolutely did. It really offset with, what are you doing in my local? Go away. That I always used to get. I didn't really. She was always lovely. She'd always invite me to check out the deeds she was working, the projects. She's like, come check out this bridge. And I'd turn up and it's like, always a just crazy, stupid, big project. We don't want that forge there. The problem with everything being open, do you get anything? Well, we are currently not on the highway, so what you do get is KOS, and I've got local chat covered so I can say things that aren't suitable for the stream. That's it. Death rate goes to 0. I think that it is sad. But Wurm's all about leaving your mark in the game, and I love that people do leave memorials. Like, the memorial to Titch on release is absolutely amazing. And no matter how long the game's around, even Wurm Unlimited, 30 years from now, you know, someone will be able to boot it up and play and place a statue of one of the developers that worked on it. And to me, that is really, really amazing. You know, Wurm is all about leaving your mark on the land. And I think the fact that Titch has basically had an impact on almost every single mechanic in the game during her time on the team. Like, someone was asking about leveling with the dredge, and I'm like, that was all Titch that did that. And then, you know, like, there's all these suggestions about cooking. It's like, yep, that was Titch. Suggestion about fishing, Titch. She did so much, and quite often she'd work on these huge projects that were like 9 months long, and she'd you know, realize there's a bit of burnout coming, so she'd take a break from that, play the game, and she'd usually encounter something and she's like, I need to adjust this, I need to improve this and make it better. So that's when we'd get like a mini update come out. It was just like, Titch was facing burnout and wanted to work on something else, so here's underground houses. Yes, Titch. She will always be remembered in Wurm. And even outside of Wurm, I believe. Under Devgon. That's... okay. That's the name. We have received some horses. I found a place giving away some horses that weren't 5 speeds. We also have some cows. I don't know of any markets for horses currently on Independence, but we are looking for some horses as well. What else was I doing? I think I was just planning on building this. Let's go have a look at the mine. We need to have a look at the mine. Because I'm actually really proud of this. I had Emu come over and check it out. I'm sure those of you who saw it last time, it wasn't as bad as a mess as it was when we first found it. But, you know, in terms of glow-ups, the mine is like the best part of this deed. So we're just going to go up here. I also found a adolescent hell horse just like sitting there, so I used it. If Buddha ever goes AFK, we'll just park it next to him. I didn't say that. Don't clip that. Unfortunately, the entrance is like way too big for a mine door or something. It's a little absurd how big it is. But yeah, so we have the opening to the right, and this is like the iron area. And a copper vein. I'm really sorry to hear that, Willow. I didn't know you guys had arranged to meet up. And so here's the best part. So this was all poorly sloped and uneven, and thanks to Emu's visit with his priest, he collapsed some of the really high stuff, and we managed to mine it all out. And it's just amazing. And so now we get down into part... I'm gonna need a moment. Do you know how much time we would have saved if I'd remembered these were down here? Anyways, here's part 2 of the mine project. So part 2 will be flattening all this, clearing it all out, and giving it more of a cavern feel. I love mining, but I get claustrophobic in there. There's our gold vein. And just a whole bunch of walls and marble, like a lot of marble. Okay. Just gonna head back up now. So if you're not familiar, we aren't the only ones that stream Wurm. I'm sure many of you will know. We were talking about Emu just earlier. But we do Wurm Online streams. Well, we have our own group called Valray Entertainment Network. They're an absolutely great bunch of people. I don't have a command for them set up yet because I had to go live with the stream too soon. But yeah, they're a great bunch of people, and they stream all throughout the week. Different people streaming Wurm. And I was taking inspiration from Makufa the other day. I think I had 4 clients open across like both screens, and it's just so much going on. I took a picture of it all and I sent it to Blassenson. It was like, is this relaxing? And he said it it sounded like way too much work and effort. But I don't know, I've gotten the grinding bug lately in Wurm, and I've really enjoyed just spending a huge amount of time grinding. Which unfortunately isn't that great to stream. I do have my own personal streaming account that I've been, you know, thinking about jumping on and doing like test streams and such, but expect to see some chill streams where we do basic grinding, and just like silence the Wurm things, and maybe even like some shots from Retrograde's perspective, like just nice overviews of the deed. As you can see, Pandalet's actually probably got the nicest looking house, which I will point out is so not fair considering what she did to mine. Bloody Drongo, he's absolutely great. Emu, as he's known in game in here, was actually one of the inspirations for Vara Entertainment Network. We noticed that quite a few people had started streaming Wurm, and I'd always wanted to have something like that set up. And so I spoke with him a few times about what he would want from us. You know, obviously, like, his reply was, I don't do it for recognition and money and all this. So we were like, well, okay, but we want to make it easy for streamers to continue streaming Wurm, you know? So we worked closely with him, and we came up with a proposal for the Vara Entertainment Network. And he was one of the first members of it. And he's just been absolutely amazing. I think he's the longest now, with Punish Life and Absurdities stepping down, I think. No, Absurdities is still around. I don't know, I'll have to count. I've only got 10 fingers. But yeah, I absolutely love catching up with these streams, and he's such a funny guy. Like, you know, I consider him a friend outside of streaming too. Look, just because I've only got that many fingers... Wait, you can see my... Oh, there goes my joke. I'm so bad at this sometimes. No prehensile tail, I'm Aussie, and I'm not a Tasmanian. We do have to colour the other parts of Buddha's house. Let's see if we can find a... Why do I have so much... Oh, I've got an unfinished forge on me. That would make... No, I'm an Aussie living in Kiwi. It's not the same. Oh, there's a huge difference. Ask a Kiwi. I remember, John Key, the, Prime Minister of New Zealand, was once asked what he thought about New Zealanders moving to Australia. And his response was, they improved the IQ of both countries by doing so. Ooh. Okay, I thought these were different people. We have a, little group down near us. Hello. Wow, this is a nice setup. Isabellan. Ostuyu. Wow. Well, they look to be. They don't have a player in scale making everything for them. Alright. You are one of those, are you, Ree? And here I thought you were a true blue Aussie. Turns out you've been faking it this whole time. Okay, so the highway does head through here. We can actually connect ourselves to the highway. Hey, let's not bring Russell Crowe into this. We gave him back. Australians just steal anyone famous that like happened to be in Australia. Like Nicole Kidman was born and grew up in Hawaii, but no, she's ours. Why would anyone want to play this over Minecraft? It's a good question, because I think that Minecraft is a very in-depth game and definitely has gotten more in-depth over the years. But it still doesn't come close to the depth and complexity that Wurm has. And also, Wurm offers more realistic graphics. Voxel gets boring quickly. And I think the main thing is also it brings in skills. You know, the ability to gain skills as you go on and have it like that. I mean, there's plenty of voxel games and Minecraft clones out there. Minecraft is the original Minecraft, or is the original voxel sandbox game, but this is the original Minecraft. You know, when Notch left this to go and make Infiniminer clone, it was most definitely based on this. Yeah, sure. Ray tracing is... I'm not sure if that's official yet, but it's still ray tracing blocks. You know, as opposed to actual tree models. Like, you can't show this to Minecrafters because it's a circle. They get all confused. And I think the epic building projects that people do in Minecraft are absolutely awesome. I think they're really cool. I'm just a fan of everyone's building projects. I've just, personally, Minecraft I always struggled with. And Wurm, since... Oh, what have I done? Since finding out about Wurm, I have not gone back. So, horns and hooves. Can we get in here? Yeah, I to be honest, I've only played a real little bit of Minecraft in a multiplayer. It was not built for multiplayer. It's a little bit awkward. If I was going to play a game like Minecraft, I'd play Terraria, which is way, way better in my opinion. Well, I remember, what can you do on Minecraft that you can't do, or you can do on Wurm that you can't do in Minecraft? You can see a circle. Yeah, you can make horses get intimate. Well, considering you can do archaeology. Wurm is about the history of the land and the landscape. You know, Minecraft is a server that you play on and then you leave. But there's no... People don't remember you. Whereas Wurm, people remember the people who have come and gone and they see the impact. There's signatures, there's a history to Wurm. Whereas Minecraft lacks that history, and it's always felt rather superficial to me. You know, yes, with a lot of shaders it can look pretty. With, you know, a lot of mods you can do a lot of things that you'll never be able to do in Wurm. But Wurm has this feeling of things last. People last. You know, like, okay, let's go have a look over here. Here's a wagon abandoned. The owner of it is Tego Folks. I don't know how long he's been playing for, how long he's left. I don't know what he was doing, but he was here. I know he was here. You know, it's not just a random cave. There's reinforced walls. This was someone's house. This was someone's mine. And someone played here and enjoyed here. They are the reason to blame for that, like, awful slope. And I think that's what Wurm offers over Minecraft. You know, it's not necessarily... I don't think one's better or the other's better. I think they have different appeals. But Wurm has more depth in terms of history and the world around it. You know, you really feel like you're shaping the world. Minecraft, it's like, who dug this slope? And everyone's like, But here, you build highways, caverns, things that people use. Like, you know, you build infrastructure for the players. And yeah, and everything else that they're talking about, zombie milk. And you can make Glory have a child that's a spider. That's something that has been discussed, basically, you know, finding items that existed on that deed. Thank you, Big Ram, for the follow. The problem with that is none of that stuff is recorded. So it would all actually be just artificial. And it wouldn't have the same sense of immersion. Like, you find that deed, and you get that information that this person founded this deed and all this. And I think that's really cool. We have talked about what we could do with the tokens, including, I saw one idea, use a small token to change the shader on your existing token. And I thought that was pretty cool. Now, we are actually looking for scorpions, because we do need to finish colouring Buddha's house. Yeah, no, that's not happening, Azumi. Most of the weight is from the marble. I'll put it that way. Sorry, what was that, rabbit scat? No, most of the small tokens is marble. It's only a tiny amount of the metal, so you'd only get a fraction of it if you smelted it. That's the canon reason. Ah, she's a menace. Absolute menace. The amount of yellow potions, and I asked her why, and she's like, someone was selling 400 for 1 silver, so I was like, yeah, sure. Okay. And so that's the reason why there's so many. And just a really poor structure. You know, everyone's got to have the maintenance week where they sit down and they go through and ultimately fix all the things. Do I have a yellow potion on me? No, I don't. I must have used them. When can we salvage boats, wagons, and other wooden things? There used to be salvage in which a GM would transfer ownership. That was stopped because it started becoming a tool of griefing. And if you're asking breaking things down into their raw materials, it's been discussed as well, but are we really at a shortage of wood materials for making things? I think that's the important thing. It'd be great too, but are we really at a shortage, and what would the impact on a greater scale have? We got a horse. Oh yeah. We have ourselves a horse. I actually told, was talking to Jayberg earlier today before the stream. He was unfortunately unable to make it, but he would like to say bork, bork, bork to you all. It's venerable. I couldn't read it anyways. And I said, I might ride around India and try find some horses. And he's like, well, that's going to be useless because there's no such thing as wild horses. What do you know? I just found one. Cart boat decay. As much as people hate it, decay is one of the driving factors in the market. You know, the things needing imping and repair is what keeps repeat business going. You know, if you can buy one tool and keep that for a year without needing any work on it, then you are just looking at, we got a scorpion here. Remember, no Russian. And if anyone sees this, don't go and be violent afterwards, please. The combat sounds, Decay does add realism, and I store all my things. I have 4 magic chests. You know, 4 large magic chests. I have a lot of crap in them. all of my tools are in a large storage unit. You know, the only things that go in the magic chest are things like paper, things that are a little bit sentimental to me. All of my tools just go straight in the thing. And I open it up and I check it every now and again. If I see any decay, I quickly remove that decay. Repair it, that's the word. Alright, so we've got some cochineal. Create. Oh, we've got to be standing. Now, I'd like to promise you all that I do have high natural substances. That 74 is not actually half bad. I was expecting it to be like 12. 100 quality has a horrible tendency to turn out really bad. But we're going to take this one out as well. And as you can probably guess by the sounds, combat in Wurm is not ASMR friendly. I swear, I'm an okay fighter. You know, I have 91 staff, 88 fighting. I'd probably have like 95 if I stopped dying. But who does that? Who stops dying? Okay, we're gonna need some more water. Hello, I was just talking about you. 60 quality, that'll do. I get a sick pleasure out of leading my horse with a butchering knife. Does anyone else do that, or is it just me? Am I just weird? Poor Osseo Lightning here just rides well through the threat of being in Pandalet's hide bin. And the limes are ready. I was actually talking the other day. It's like, it's crazy just how much of a difference the ripe fruit has. This is on a deed, so I can't steal that. But see, that's the thing. Perhaps wouldn't it be better for those boats to just disappear, and if you wanted one, you made your own? If it's not nailed down, that's free to take. Like, I understand the desire for salvage, but I would rather see, from my own personal opinion, boats receive similar to housing decay. Yeah, that's it. A lot more immersion. So if the owner was inactive for a certain amount of time, start decaying faster. And I know the first thought of that is, oh god, don't do that. It's all good. I gotta tweak Nightbot a bit, but yeah. That's the thing. I think that there's more than one way to skin a cat, which I hope is a term that other people know. Otherwise, I've just sounded really weird. And that's often the thing. There's only one way. No, with that, we sort of look at it and okay, This is being raised. What's the purpose of it? What's the goal of it? Is this the right way? What are the outside effects? I mean, if you haven't skinned a cat with a rusty stick, then you truly haven't skinned one. But that's enough about skinning cats. I mean, that stream's after. G'day, Gaffer. Another member of our Ven chat here on Twitch. Well, he's actually on Mixer. He's our Mixer representative. Like Ninja, he signed a 7-figure deal. And now exclusively streams on Mixer with, I don't know. Yes, I am the only one on stream. The others are a little bit too busy. I'm not going to kill that. Where are all the devs? Unfortunately, you know, Sundays are a day of relaxing for many of them, and some of them are also hard at work on Project Frontier. Scott is sick, yep. I think Ozimus was in the middle of a fight. There's PvP on Epic. Words people thought would never be said. I think that there needs to be a limit there. With what can be transferred. I wouldn't mind seeing like rare plus stuff, but I wouldn't want to see everything. Like, items leaving the market is important. Decay is an item sink. It's one of the only item sinks we have. You know, there's absolutely zero reason... Oh, wait, I'm not going here. I'm going upstairs. There's zero reason to renew anything in the market if everything sticks around too long. You know, why look to buy a Gnar if you just wait until you find one that you can salvage? You know, and it means that anyone making a Gnar adds a Gnar into the pool without anything actually, anything leaving. Don't you dare. Don't you quaff that. Right now we are looking for some woad because, oh, I found some garlic. Yeah, like I said, no Zoomy, there's more than one way to pickle a fish, as the Swedish like to say. That is a lot of money to spend on worm. Well, it's a PvP skill. It's definitely not a PvE based skill. And that's the thing. It was a skill that was made with PvP in mind. A gift for the dev deed. We need to have a we got to build a bell, and that's going to be the rare bell that has to be rung when someone gets a rare. Because why not? I'd also like to point out, with none of the developers here, this is the first stream that I've not been messed with. I'm pretty proud of that. Pretty pleased. Some more garlic. Why wasn't I finding this earlier? Well, no. It's a bell that we ring when we get a rare. So don't worry, it'll rarely be rung. Good night, Willow. Thanks for stopping in and checking it all out. Take care. We do need to find a... We have been thinking about shifting the time from 10 PM UTC to 9 PM. Yeah, I did say that and I was like, oh no. Locks decaying on items when they go below 10 quality, similar to like planting and such, is something that's also been raised. Like I said, there's so many... We know the idea is, oh, we want to be able to stop all these ruins being around, right? But it's like, okay, but what can achieve that without being just, you know, a little bit too too much. And that's why a lot of these things just aren't thrown in like that. You can take the boat. It needs to be locked in order for the permissions to be active. The only thing is you can't take it off server. Slope smoothing. Again, that's a lot of server work, and it's been discussed, and there was a thing, but yeah, like the server would be checking and dropping dirt and shifting slopes, and the answer is, like, is it just so things look and feel more natural, or is there something else? Like, I saw there was a guy on Deliverance or something who was going around naturalizing areas, and the question is like, what if someone's living there but they don't have a deed, or lots of potential for errors with it too. It'd be something that would be kind of cool to see, you know, erosion over time. But it does have, especially when the game is all about a lasting impact, it does eliminate some of that feel, if that makes sense. You know, even if the person before you had really horrible taste in their deed and had, like, you know, gravel and wooden boards up a hill. Putting in work to change that is very different to it all just naturally removed. Yeah, players doing something by choice offers a little bit more player agency in it, you know, they get a little bit more say. Alright. Now we're getting the word. We're getting the good stuff now. All this juicy word. That's it. That's it. If you want to grind digging, go find some really badly terraformed area and turn it to normal. Not only will you have high digging, you'll also have a better understanding. Okay. Oh, it looks like Griffo's become a sugar daddy. Okay, so we are working on the last of the dye for Buddha's house. Okay, so we're going to go with this color first. Oh no! Oh no! He's finished his house! Hi, this by Tacitcom. Okay. I think that's a bot. I think that's a spam bot. We'll see. So unfortunately I can't paint that. Yeah. You, there we go. Yay! I'd just like to celebrate our first spam bot to the stream. It's a really touching moment. I just want to thank, everyone. We can paint these walls. I don't know why we're painting these walls, but I think I just spent all this time making dye and I'm like, bugger it, I want to paint walls. He did call me the man. I mean, he's not wrong. I am the man. Or something. I don't know what the cool kids do nowadays. I never knew what they ever did. I was never much of a cool kid. So I know shock horror. I'm really impressed with that pink. Yeah, it's just, oh, I have 6 kilos. What am I going to do with it? Paint half the house a colour. Now, the other half is just going to be blue. Because that's all I've got left, and I don't really want to mine any copper. Unless there's copper around. 7 mail, so you've emailed me. You've mailed me 6 things. Chopped garlic. Frying pan. So you've mailed me a bunch of chopped garlic and also salty nadroj tears. Oh yes, we need those for the deed. Although I don't know anymore. I mean, we did implement woad in whatchamacallit, woad in planters. So we may not be deserving of the salty nadroj tears. I'm gonna just quickly make some blue dye for the rest of this house. Because why not? How many do I need? I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I hate to admit, but I consider making 70 quality, like, that's trash tier. I normally dump 70 quality stuff that I make. No, that mails me. If I did talk, about dyeing floors, and the joke was made, if you pour dye, it should just like make a color puddle, and my house would be the strangest abomination of colors, like, which is something because this is too. I am going to paint that other wall as well, so it's like half and half blue and half pink. I could only imagine just how the abominations would look after that, Nazumi. Like, I love my colors, but that would get a little bit crazy, I feel. No, we're gonna dump that. Not good enough. That'll do. There you go, you can barely tell the difference. I'm pretty pleased with that. I think that's actually quite nice. Look at that. Get out of the way, you stupid loon. I'm a fan of... this loom is still in the way. Alright, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. You've got like the light and the dark side. You'll probably see some more vaporwave colors in the next stream. I absolutely love playing around with dyes, and the only reason my deed on Pristine doesn't look like this is because Joel would not like that, and I would be in a lot of trouble. Ooh, birds. That means the No, that's pink. It's a ready pink. It's only got 109 blue, but yeah. The darkness, a lot of the darkness and a little bit of the fadiness comes from the stone texture. Over this, it would be a little bit more washed out, but lighter. But I could do a whole stream about color theory and Wurm. Hey, it's like, you know, well, when you're painting this brown gives it a reddy tone, so if you're looking for a certain color, you have less red and yellow in it. It's good fun. I remember I used to live on Silent Hill on Freedom with Aris and the gang. And I had an order. Someone wanted to order something like 250 kilos of an orange dye to make it look like pottery. This was before pottery bricks were a thing. So I spent the day basically making different shades of orange and painting each wall of the kitchen, because that was like the only house I could paint, a different color of orange and brown. The guy ended up deciding to leave it for a bit because there was nothing that made it look good, like, which I have to admit was mostly because like the space between the bricks was colored as well. But I came back the next day to find that Aris had renamed the house 50 Shades of Diarrhea. That'd be possible. You'd probably go a medium blue. You'd want a very grayed out color, so it wasn't a too over bright. The closer something is to white, the more transparent it is. So I would definitely be looking at a higher blue, like a very low quality grey mixed with red and a bit of yellow. But yeah, I don't know, if you guys want to see a dye stream, we could always work out something and just have a bit of fun with that. You know, answering questions, making dyes, talking about what makes good dyes and such. That'd be fun. I mean, this stream, this channel, it's not just for us to showcase what's coming in the next updates, because it should be more, you know? My goal's here to give you guys what you want, except if you want like too much, and then it's to say no. I'm really pleased with this. Oh, we can do this too. Look at that. That's cool. As Will Smith would say, yeah, that's hot. That's hot. So I think we'll wind the stream up there. It's been a bit of a rambly one, which I will admit, but I'd like to thank you all for coming. Let's see here. I want to do another stream relatively, like, throughout this week. We'll probably be doing a I'm not here to sell tiles. If you contact me in game, I can tell you. I feel using this to promote my business might be a little bit much. But yeah, so we're definitely going to be doing the chill stream at some point this week. If you would like to check out that, make sure you follow us. Like, they're really cool. They're nice, relaxed. And we'll also be setting up a
Hello, how are you?
Oh, thank you, Zentil, for this follow. We'll also be setting up a better schedule for those, so people know, and we'll be like, all of these get recorded and go to YouTube. If you check out our YouTube,
Hello, how are you?
there you go. You can see the videos. We put them up a couple of days afterwards. If we get 100 subscribers, we can rename the channel. And I didn't really want to do raids because of this is our like a dev channel. I don't know if dev channels often do raids. What I might do, I might see if anyone else is hosting Wurm Online. Apparently it doesn't show the game that I'm playing. That's odd. I'll just do a quick search for it. No, apparently I'm the only one streaming it at the moment. So we will go without it this time, but send me a message afterwards, Rowdy, and we'll have some chats about some things because I think it would be kind of cool. You've had some good ideas, and I mean the chill streams are a lot of your fault, a lot of your responsibility. So I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I do hope that you continue to come back and check them out. And as always, what was that?
This would be the Wurm work song. Pick up your shovels. We're building a wall, building it high in Wurm, in Wurm. We're building a wall, building it long in Wurm, in Wurm. And as we get to the end, we'll just start another wall in Wurm. We're digging a hole, digging it deep in Wurm. Wurm is waiting. Digging a hole, looking for rock in Wurm. Wurm is waiting. But when we get to the end, we're just gonna fall from the bottom of Wurm. Oh yeah, we're mining some rock, a ton of good rock in Wurm. Working so hard. We're mining some rock, we're mining so hard in Wurm. Working so hard. When the cave bugs come nibbling, just grab your pick and get running. And Wurm, we're building a house, a strong stone house in Wurm. A house in Wurm. It'll have bedrooms and bathrooms like hell it will. In Wurm, a house in Wurm. When we finished our house, there'll be a strong warm home in Wurm. So we're building a town, a place to be.